Hey, my name is Ralph and I'm with Flexfilm, and today we're in my hometown of Carrollton, Georgia. I'm at a dear friend's tent shop. His name's Eddie Martinez. This is Eddie's window tent. I started tinting windows right across the street in a building almost identical to the one we are standing in front of. When I stopped tinting windows, Eddie went out on his own. Eddie acquired this building, and he really made the best out of, an old gas station with all our city ordinances, and this guy is rocking and rolling, okay? He's probably doing about 10 cars a day, sometimes more, sometimes less, but he's a hand cutter. That's the way I trained him, and that's the way I was my whole career. But I'm gonna be able to bring my plotter in. We're gonna set it down in the middle of the shop. We don't even know if there's any room for it. And we're gonna start cutting patterns for Eddie, and we're gonna see if we can make a difference, okay? We think we're gonna make Eddie more efficient. And of course, Eddie's always using Flexfilm. He's always stuck by me. And we're gonna see if we can up his game with our plotter. Okay, we've just dropped our plotter off inside, right here in the middle of nowhere. I mean, this is their traffic area. It's not typical for a plotter to be right here. This would not be its permanent location, but we found a way to make this work. It was pretty easy. We've got it plugged up to our laptop. We've got our first car. It's an Infiniti G35. It's like a 2006 model. We've already got it pulled up on our plotter. We've already got our film in. We're gonna cut this puppy out. And I'm going to deliver the pattern in here to these guys who've never seen a plotter before, that are always used to hand cutting, and let's see how we can change their life. Let's do it. Okay, I just brought these patterns out, and I probably did more than I normally should. I didn't want these guys to be shocked with weeding and how there's extra release liner laying over. So I tried to trim the release liner off real close and tried to get these patterns to resemble how you would kind of wind up with a hand cut as closely as possible, so that they would get used to the adjustment, and later on they can figure out how to make the not have to do so much extra work like I just did. But I'm just enjoying helping them out and doing the plotter thing. So here we go. Okay, we've already been through 4 or 5 cars, and the day's still young. We could be doing more, but I've stopped Eddie for a minute. We want to ask him a simple question. What do you think about the plotter?
I think it's a good idea. I think the plotter will get more revenue from a business. I mean, you have to get used to it, study a little more, and once you get that, of course, it will give every more revenue to the business.
Eddie has a brother that really is his right hand man, and he's really telling me that he's really liking the side windows because those are just real muy rapido. He could just get them on, and there was hardly any issues. He is a little bit on the fence about the back windows. He said that he thought maybe on some cars he could just lay the film out, cut it the perimeter, and shrink it, and do any adjustments or fine tune cutting. And then the plotter could. I'm gonna have to disagree with it.
Yeah.
but I think that I see his point. But I think with a little bit more time, when those patterns show up on that back glass already with some soap on there, like we dry shrink with, and all somebody has to do is just shrink them, and he's just him or somebody else over here has to just put them on. It does save time. I mean, because they're already cut, man.
It does save time. The thing that I noticed is that, for example, a lot of cars come nice and clean. If the platter can help cut the tint, all I have to do is install in the inside. You don't have to wear anything on the outside. You don't have to worry about scratching the glass on the outside. You can save more film, save more blades, and save more time. So I like it.
Well, we did just dump the plotter off. We put it in a space that everybody seems to a traffic area. But once a little bit of furniture is rearranged, the plotter will have a space here. And I think once the system gets in place, hopefully you'll warm up to it a little bit more. But hey, our first day was successful. We saved time. We knocked out cars. We had very accurate patterns. Tell me if I'm right, man. I mean, do you agree with that?
No,
Is that y'all are putting them on?
Man. Yeah. I put it on. It makes a whole difference.
I screwed up a couple times, but other than that, we did pretty good.
We did good. We're good.
All right. Thanks for your tuning in and watching us and seeing how the plotter worked at Eddie's shop. And maybe if you can teach an old dog new tricks. I'm an old dog. I'm starting to warm up to it. This old dog is starting to warm up to it. Maybe you can warm up to it.
Thank you for watching the video.